Hello everyone, welcome to our channel, and today I'll tell you the story of Birbal and the greedy landlord. Once upon a time in the Mughal Empire, there was a village not far from the capital city, where a greedy landlord named Bhajiram ruled over the peasants. He taxed them unfairly, bullied the poor, and had enough gold hidden in his cellar to make a camel's knees wobble. But he was clever. He never left enough proof, and every time someone complained to the court, he bribed or threatened them into silence. Until one day, an old farmer named Gopal gathered his courage and came all the way to Emperor Akbar's court. He bowed low and said, Jahapanna, we live under a cruel man. He takes from us what little we have. Please help us. Akbar frowned. Who is this man? Bhajiram, my lord, but he is rich and powerful. No one dares speak against him openly. Akbar turned to his trusted advisor. Birbal, this sounds like your kind of case. Birbal nodded. I shall go investigate, but not as myself. The next morning, Birbal dressed as a wandering storyteller. He wore simple clothes, smeared his face with dust, and carried a worn-out drum. He entered Bhajiram's village with a playing, cheerful tune. Stories, song, wisdom for a coin, he shouted. Curious villagers gathered. Birbal sang silly songs, told funny tales, and slowly earned their trust. That night, as they sat around the fire, he asked softly, Tell me, why do you all look so tired and sad? One man said, Because Bhajiram squeezes us like lemons. Another added, We pay taxes for the rain, for sunlight, and even for the wind that blows. But you can't complain to the emperor? Birbal asked. We tried, whispered Gopal. But Bhajiram pretends to be generous when outsiders come. He even gives free meals to fool inspectors. Birbal smiled. Then we shall play his game and win it. The next day, Birbal disguised himself again, this time as a royal official. He wore a sharp turban, clean robes, and a fake golden badge. He marched into the village with a scroll and shouted, I come on orders of Emperor Akbar. The emperor wishes to reward the most honest and generous man in the village with a bag of gold. Bhajiram's ears perked up. A reward, you say? He asked, grinning wide. Yes, said Birbal. I must observe the village secretly for one night. At dawn, I shall choose the winner. Bhajiram immediately sprang into action. That evening, he ordered his servants to feed all the villagers free food. He distributed small silver coins to children. He even pretended to help an old woman carry water. Let the royal officials see how kind I am, he muttered, smiling fake smiles. But Birbal saw everything. Later that night, Birbal crept near Bhajiram's house and sprinkled fine black ash in front of the door. He returned to the inn. At dawn, he gathered the villagers and made an announcement. There has been a theft! Someone has stolen the emperor's scroll! Gasps erupted. Place the scroll under my pillow, Birbal continued. And now it's gone. But don't worry, I have a plan to find out the thief. He took a handful of the thin sticks, each the same length, and handed one to every person. These are magic sticks. If the thief is among you, his stick will grow larger by an inch overnight. Bhajiram laughed. Magic sticks? Ridiculous. Let's see, Birbal said. The next morning, Birbal checked everyone's stick. Most were the same, but Bhajiram's was shorter. Birbal smiled. Why is your stick shorter, Bhajiram? Bhajiram turned pale. I don't know. Birbal said, I gave you the same length of stick, but I knew a guilty man would panic. So you cut it, thinking it would grow and reveal your crime. Bhajiram opened his mouth and then shut it. And Birbal added, You have black ash on your sandals, the same ash I sprinkled near my door. Bhajiram's knees gave out. He fell to the ground. Forgive me, I was afraid. I didn't know you were the emperor's man. Birbal turned to the villagers. This man is not kind or generous. He is a thief of dignity and food. Bhajiram was arrested and brought before Akbar's court. When the emperor heard the full story, he looked at Birbal with admiration. You saw this with a disguise, a stick, and a handful of ash? Birbal bowed. And a little fear in the guilty heart, Jahapanna. Akbar turned to Bhajiram. You thought you were clever, but greed always tips over the truth. Bhajiram was stripped of his land rights and ordered to repay every villager. His house was turned into a school and his cellar of gold became a village treasury. The villagers cheered. Gopal wept with joy. As Birbal and Akbar walked in the garden later, the emperor asked, "Tell me, Birbal, why didn't you just punish Bajiram without all this cleverness?" Birbal replied, "Because Jahapanna, if I had come with power, he would have hidden his evil behind more lies. But when evil feels safe, it shows its true face. That's when justice strikes." Akbar nodded. "You're not just wise, Birbal, you're sneaky." Birbal grinned. "Only in the service of justice, my lord." The end.